Before I started lifting weights, I was a shy, insecure kid. But after going through my body transformation journey, I became a shy, insecure kid, but with muscles. Obviously, I'm joking. After I started lifting weights, I became more social, more outgoing, and it completely changed my life. I haven't found a video on YouTube that goes over the timeline of the benefits you get from lifting weights. So I decided to make this video so you guys would know what to expect and what you will gain from your body transformation journey. If you don't know who I am, my name is Mario. I'm a certified personal trainer with a bachelor's degree in exercise science. I understand the ups and downs of a body transformation. Just like you guys, when I first started lifting weights, I wasn't consistent. I kept giving up. So the structure of this video is I'm going to go through every year of weightlifting. I've been lifting weights for 4.5 years, so I'll go over every benefit I got from the years. But I'm not going to start with year 1. I'm going to start with year 0. This is when I was 16. The reason I call it year 0 is because I was not able to stay consistent. When I was 16, I looked like I was like 12 and everyone would mistake me for a middle schooler even though I was a sophomore in high school. For this reason, when I first started lifting weights, I was so intimidated. When I went to the gym, I was so scared. The fear and intimidation you get from the first few times you go to the gym is a normal reaction. Just because it's scary doesn't mean it's bad for you. I grew up my whole life thinking that, but being scared and nervous just means it's time to perform and it's time to change your life. So from the ages of 16 to 18, I hated the gym. I would always leave early and I'd make any excuse not to go. One week I'd go twice, the next week I might go once or not even go at all. It's all part of the journey, but you want to reduce the time you spend in year 0 as much as you can. I spent 2 years, which is far too long, but luckily I started my year 0 journey when I was 16 years old. On January 1st, when I was 18 years old, I decided to actually start going to the gym for real. It was easy for me because I went with my twin brother and we decided to start going to a 24-hour gym. My sleep schedule was so messed up that getting a 24-hour gym was actually very beneficial for me because it allowed me to stay consistent and start going at the time I wanted. We would get to the gym between the hours of 11 and midnight and wouldn't get back home until 1 or 2 a.m. even though we had school at 8:30. I would never redo that cycle just because it allowed me to stay consistent and build 4 years of weightlifting consistently. Going that late was the foundation for me going to the gym forever. The benefits you get in year 1 are divided in 2 segments, which is half a year and the full year. The first half of the years you build that foundation, like I was saying, for going to the gym consistently for the rest of your life. During that first 6-month period, you're not entirely consistent, but you're way more consistent than you were in year 0. You also start getting technique experience and technique skill down. When you first start lifting weights, you're not going to be good at the exercises. I could not get the deadlift down to save my life, but it's all part of the process. Obviously, you want to do your best to get the movements down, but don't be so hard on yourself if you can't quite get it yet. That's the life of a beginner. During this 6-month period, you don't see that many changes, but other people do. When I was in soccer, I was a senior at the time, so obviously I was one of the bigger people there because everybody else didn't lift weights. So everyone was saying how I got more muscular, even though I hadn't really seen it yet. This 6-month period is the most important period of your weightlifting journey, so don't take it for granted. You want to make this period as best as you possibly can. This is where you do your research, figure out what muscles' functions are. You look up how to eat, what supplements you should be taking. This will allow you to use this period to set up the rest of your journey. Now, the second half of year 1. This is where you start really seeing progress. And you start falling in love with weightlifting and you lift weights for yourself and not for other people. When I first started lifting, I felt insecure because I was so skinny, yet I was fat at the same time. I just didn't feel confident in myself. I just felt weak and I thought other people thought of me as a weak person. During that time, I thought I was super muscular even though I really wasn't, but it allowed me to fall in love with weightlifting and it's carried on until where I am today. This was the period where my life revolved around lifting weights and building muscle. I saw what it did for every aspect of my life, so I was motivated and determined to build the best body I possibly could. This is also the period where a lot of people really start seeing the changes in your body. This was my freshman year of college and I was getting compliments on my body and how in shape I was. I was surprised because I thought I was in good shape, but I didn't think I was in crazy shape, but these people seem to think so. Weightlifting separates you from being average, so when you're at the gym, obviously you look average compared to everybody else. But when you're actually in the real world, you're above average. When you've been lifting weights for almost a year, you're gonna look better than a majority of people. Not only is your body above average, but your knowledge of how the body works, how you build muscle and health is also above average. Moving on to year 2. Year 2, you start experimenting with different methods and different kinds of things. I experimented with the dirty bulk. It ended up being a horrible experience for me. I gained fat. I made no progress within like a 2 to 3 month period. But now I'm able to understand that that's not the way to build muscle and gain weight I can tell you guys it's not, and I will never do it again. This was also the time I started getting focused and doing my research. I found the best supplements that I should be taking. I started taking creatine consistently at this time, and I've been taking it consistently ever since then. You also become crazy strong. I was 155 pounds, yet I was squatting 315 for reps. This is also the time where you believe you're actually really muscular. Obviously, I'm in better shape now, but I would even say during that time is when I felt in great shape, and other people thought so too, and it never left my mind that I wasn't in good shape. During this year is when I knew I loved exercise, and I didn't just lift weights because I was trying to build muscle. I loved getting in good shape and being healthy. This was when the COVID lockdown happened, and I know a lot of people who stopped lifting weights during this period, but that was never an option for me. I was lifting weights the entire time, 6 days a week in my home gym with whatever I had there. One of the doors in my house is actually damaged because I was doing so many pull-ups during that time. Of course, I didn't build as much muscle as I wanted to during that time, but the love for exercise was just shown there because I just didn't quit, and I never considered not lifting weights. People started coming to me for advice for lifting weights. If you lift weights for 1 year consistently, you're an advanced lifter. Imagine if you're 2 years in, you're an expert lifter. Not only will you be in crazy shape, but you'll be crazy strong, and it shows. This is the time where people started coming to me for help and advice on fitness. Now this leads me to the benefits of year 3 and 4, which you become an expert and you share your knowledge with everybody else. Proof of that is just me being in front of the camera telling you guys about lifting weights and fitness. Yeah, so obviously I started this channel because I wanted to teach people how to lift weights. I got my personal training certification during this time, and I got my bachelor's degree in exercise science. This is the time you build an insane body. When you walk in the gym, people will know who you are. You also start branching into other aspects of fitness and athletics. I got my black belt in Taekwondo when I was little, and now I do MMA 2 to 3 times a week. I'm also studying for my CSCS so I can train athletes in the future. It just shows how much weightlifting changed my life, and it can change yours. When I was going into college, I had no idea what I was going to do for the rest of my life. At this time, I was only 6 months into weightlifting. And now, this is my career and this is my passion. The timeline of a body transformation is up and down. Yeah, obviously I just told you the benefits and it sounds like rainbows and roses. There are times where you won't build as much muscle, you might not see progress for a few months. You might do what I did and do a dirty bulk and get fat. Things like that happen, but as long as you push yourself and get through those tough times, you will see the benefits and you will change your life. Here's the video I made on how lifting weights is more than just building muscle. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.